Ruthie from Rossville, Georgia, but here in my kitchen, they call me Nonna. If you're catching me live, you'll see the live up above me. Put a 1 in the comments and tell me where you're coming from. And if you're catching me on a replay, it's hashtag replay. But again, tell me where you're coming from. Hey Ellie, hey Dee, how are you? Guys, if you find any value in any of the videos that I do, please share them out. And then also catch me on my YouTube channel, and please subscribe. I'd love to get enough subscribers so that I can start going live on YouTube. So hello Brittany, how are you from Ohio? So what did you do on Labor Day? Hello Heidi, what did you do on Labor Day? Drop down below and let me know what you did for Labor Day. Guys, we are making graham crackers. I am nervous and excited. We are going to make the graham crackers tonight, but we're going to use the graham crackers tomorrow night for another dessert. So we're going to make graham crackers. This, I did have to do one batch prior to, because it does take an hour for the dough to set up in the refrigerator so that we can work with it. So let's make the batch of the dough. So in this container, we're going to put the dry ingredients. I have 2 cups of almond flour. I have a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now, it called for xanthan gum, but I am going to use a teaspoon of flaxseed meal instead. Hello, Crystal. Hey, Wanda. I'm going to put that over to the side so I don't mess that up. A teaspoon of cinnamon. Teaspoon of salt. All right. And I'm just going to toss that together. So Wanda, I saw you had your 2 boys with you today. That is awesome. I know anytime you get to spend time with your grandkids and your son or daughter or whatever, that is a perfect day. We spent time at the pool with my grandkids yesterday, and then today we had been storing some stuff that needed to be gone through, and so that's what I did today. And I still am headed to China to teach. I still have a couple of IEPs to write, so I still have a very busy day ahead of me. So I'm going to lay this right over here. Hi Joyce, how are you? I am excited to see how this turns out too, Dee. All right, so in my KitchenAid, I am going to put 5.5 tablespoons of butter that has been sitting out at room temperature. So really needs to be soft and at room temperature. And I use Kerrygold butter. Now, ultimately, my goal, if this works out, my goal will be to make this vegan with no butter whatsoever and no egg. So you know from a previous live that I can do a vegan egg. So that's my intention ultimately, but I wanted to do it a couple of times keto and make sure I could get it to work before I started playing with that recipe. All right, I'm going to cream the butter. And to the butter, I am going to add 6 tablespoons of golden monk fruit. Hey, Brittany, again, family is what it's about, and girl, I will tag my YouTube channel on this if your phone dies, but you could also come back to my Facebook page and watch it on replay. So 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to let that cream, and then I'm going to stop it and pull it away, use the spatula to pull it away from the side, and then I'm going to drop the egg in. Thank you, Heidi. Listen, I have an amazing niece who worked as a missionary in Tanzania and worked at an orphanage. She is phenomenal, and I am now the lucky owner of this beautiful apron that one of the Tanzanian mamas made. So I am so excited. It is gorgeous. It's one of my favorites, and I absolutely love it. All right, let me stop that and drop this so I can scrape it away from the edges. I can tell you my hair clip has come out. I guess it'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna add my egg in. I know, just so we make sure we don't end up with shells, we will break it off there first, and back up we go. Once that is incorporated, hang on guys, I'm going to wipe that egg off my hands. Once that is incorporated, hello Deanna, then we will start adding in our dry ingredients. Little bit by little bit. And when this is mixing, it almost looks like it has broken. It's not incorporated very well, but that is the way the recipe does, and that's what the recipe said it would do. So, and it does do that. So I'm going to start adding in a little bit of the dry ingredients and mixing to make my dough. Just again, I'm incorporating it slowly in 3 or 4 batches so that that mixes in. And then again, I will scrape the edges and make sure that it is smoothed out before I form a ball and put it in saran wrap and stick it in the refrigerator. There we go. Just watching it until it forms that ball. Hello, Cindy. How are you? Dropping that. The dough is a beautiful golden color. Smells cinnamony. Pushing things out of my way so we can now roll it out. Now, what's going to happen with this particular dough that we have just made, it is going into the refrigerator. Now, this would stay an hour in the refrigerator at minimum. It will keep for up to 3 days if you wanted to do this in advance. But yet not make the graham crackers. Okay, and here is our dough. Hey Steve, how are you? I'm putting this in the refrigerator, guys. And I'm pulling out my one that has been in there for an hour. Hang on while I make some room. Going to put this between 2 pieces of parchment, and I'm going to first press it out with my hands. Woo! All right. Give me 1 second because I do want to put my hair back up in a clip and wash my hands. I'll be right back. Hopefully that'll stay. Sorry, guys. Hello, Linda. How are you? All right, so I'm just going to put on this kitchen glove just so I can press that out. Makes it easier then to roll out. And I want these to be fairly thin, like a graham cracker. Not super thin. So once I get that pressed, then I'll use my roller. Okay. Pull some of that off the edge. Move it around so that I end up let me check my thickness. Keeping it on my parchment paper is a challenge a little bit. But there we go. All right. There we go, guys. It's pretty much even all the way around. Now, I am going to use my parchment as my guide, and I'm going to start cutting it ultimately. I want squares, and I know I may have to re-roll some of it. And I want my squares to not be super huge, but a good size. You decide what that is for you. I'm doing about an inch. And once I get these cut, then I am going to put them in the freezer for 10 minutes before I bake them. So you will have to wait till tomorrow to see the finished graham cracker and if it worked. And then also what I will do is if there's some that didn't come out to a square, I will re-roll that dough until I have the squares or rectangles or whatever I'm going to end up with. Again, I'm not trying to be perfect, guys. If I was, I would have my ruler out and have it in a perfect square. I just want it to be able to taste good. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is poke it with my fork that I just had. Let's see where I stuck my fork. Okay, no clue. Let me grab another one. I don't know how I managed to lose a fork. Okay, guys, I'm just poking it, giving it a way to let air out without it rising too much, because again, I'm trying to get a cracker. Who likes graham crackers? And if you like graham cracker, what would you do with a graham cracker? Would you just put maybe a little cream cheese on it? Would you, hello Loretta, hey Barbara, would you put some nut butter on it? What would you do? Would you put chocolate and make some marshmallow cream? Well, you'll have to wait till tomorrow to see what we're going to do with these. All right, guys, like I said, I'm not trying to get it completely square, but whoop, let me hold that down. But there you go. We have s'mores, Barbara. That is great. Hello, Tristan. Loretta, we're making graham crackers. We're going to make graham crackers. Snickadoodle hummus. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Make ice cream sandwiches. Absolutely. Well, you'll have to tune in tomorrow, see how the graham crackers do, and then you'll see what we're making for the dessert. We have an ultimate goal eventually, but we wanted to start with the recipe that would lead to graham crackers. So guys, what do you think? Graham crackers. And again, I'm going to put these in the freezer for about 10 minutes. And then I'm going to pull them out of the freezer and pop them in the oven at 350 for 8 to 12 minutes, watching them till they're golden brown. And then I will pull them out and they will sit in the pan for 10 minutes. And before I transfer them to the rack, cooling rack, for them to just continue to get crispy, hopefully. We'll see tomorrow if that worked. You will tune back in here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And absolutely, Barbara, when I get that topped up, I will tag you in the group. If you, like Barbara said, recipe, please. If you want the recipe, that's great. You have to be in the group where I post the recipes. If you're in that group, it'll be called Graham Crackers. If you're not in the group and want to be in the group, we do have to be friends in order to do that. And I'm happy to share that with you. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening. Tune back in tomorrow so we can continue our graham cracker dessert. Bye, guys.